Okay, so today we have the most powerful Sawzall in the world. The most powerful battery Sawzall in the world. How about that? So today we have the Makita brushless. This one is the XR-J06. And this is a 36 volt Sawzall. And this thing is a monster. As you can see here, it takes two 18 volt batteries. You can use any of the variants, the 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 amp hour batteries. With two 3 amp hour batteries, it's supposed to do, you're supposed to be able to cut 165 or 160-ish 2x6s with a wood blade before the batteries go dead. So it has a rafter hook. If you're working up on the roof, you can hook it on the rafter or on your ladder, and that's always a good feature. And I'll go ahead and bring you in. I'm going to show you the different functions that it has. Okay, as you notice, we're getting our new setup done with the white pegboard. It's a work in progress. We're only about a quarter of the way done. So we have this set up with just a cheap wood blade on it, and we cut a few things with it, and it's a monster through every task. Probably the biggest thing, I just got it in. The biggest thing with it, I noticed right away, it doesn't have a huge amount of vibration. This thing with the battery weighs about 10 pounds. The bare tool is about 7 pounds. So it is quite the monster tool. So I was coming from a Porter cable 18 volt Sawzall. It was fine. It would eat the batteries pretty quickly, and that made it kind of unusable for that particular tool. I only had one good battery. One thing I just noticed with this thing, and like I said, this is brushless, so it's going to last for even longer, and it has a selector on the top for the speed for 1, 2, and 3. Right now it's on 1, it's on 2, now it's on 3. So definitely is a impressive machine. And also your trigger is variable, and that means a lot too. And we're going to go ahead and cut a 2x4 or a 2x6, whatever we have laying around here. Okay, so we have a 2x6. I thought we had a clamp big enough to clamp this to the workbench, but we do not. So we're going to go ahead and take, like I said, our cheap, super generic Menards free Sawzall blade, and we're going to come down here, move this slide over, and we're going to saw down through it. Now this blade isn't long enough to do that, so we're going to have to do it like this. And we have our speed all the way up. We're going to just give her full tilt, right? Pretty tough, real tough actually. Okay, and again through the 2x4, you can see cut off pretty quick. Now you notice I was using one hand to cut it with, and just the weight of the Sawzall is heavy enough to basically hold like this, just pull the trigger and let it just fall through the wood. Now, for metal, I don't really have anything here to cut metal-wise. But metal's the same way. Most of what I use this thing for is cutting off exhaust pipes, off BMWs if we're cutting possibly a bolt. And just around the yard for cutting small trees and limbs and crap like that, right? It really beats, for yard work, not having to take your chainsaw out with you, not having to deal with the chainsaw is a pain in the butt, right? You're You always got to sharpen the chain. You got to mix the fuel. It's noisy as hell. This you could do with or without ear protection. That's kind of your choice. In the shed here it echoes. Outside you would not need ear protection. And it's something that, like on the zero turn where I'm mowing grass, I can carry this with me on the zero turn on the foot deck. And if I need to trim a limb, I could pull it out and cut a limb, no problem at all. So, I mean, overall, coming from an ordinary Sawzall, this thing is well worth it. The bare tool itself was around $120. It really isn't that expensive. The batteries, that's up to you. The batteries for actual Makita batteries can be pretty spendy. There's a lot of aftermarket batteries on eBay and Amazon you could buy for pretty cheap. A lot of those had good reviews. Before you buy anything, make sure the reviews are good. And if you go by those rules, you'll be doing good. So, I mean, I would say I would give this thing a 10 out of 10. This is by far the most powerful saw I've ever owned. So, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching today's video, and have a good day.